Video. Speakers, yes, working. Okay.
Who just played a just monumental game against Jeffrey Zhang. Alexei, congratulations on just an amazing performance today. Let's start with your win against Jeffrey. This move, Rook C1 check. Did you see that when you were taking on E3?
Yes, I already saw this move. So I thought about H5, but then I saw Rook E3 and then Rook C1. Yeah, very forced variation, and I'm just winning.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was an incredible game. David, I know you we were both so
Yeah.
impressed.
Yeah, just fantastic. And Alexei, I noticed in the first round, in the quarterfinals, you looked like visually like you weren't enjoying your victory, like you were struggling, fighting hard. At the end here, you had two sort of really tactical, explosive wins in the semifinals and finals. How are you feeling now?
Yeah, now I'm feeling great. Before, I was really nervous. My first match was absolutely terrible. I was nervous because I knew that if I win this match, I should qualify in top 12, almost 100%. If I didn't do it, so it's still I have chances not to qualify. So after first one, I relieved and then started playing much better. First match was just terrible. I remember such misses. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean your round 2 match against Vladimir was also very impressive, particularly the F2 F4 idea. How surprised were you that that Vlad allowed F4, and how excited were you at the chance to play that idea?
I've already played such games with A4 as this idea knight F4. Maybe in internet, I think that I already have had some such games, so it wasn't a new variation for me, and the black just losing without any chances. So Vladimir just mixed up in something.
The kind of game that is always a pleasure to repeat, even if you've done it before. You're like, I'll play that game again when I need a win. It sounds like you really had on your mind getting into the finals and the qualification. Now that you feel secure that you're probably qualified for the finals, do you intend to play the last 1 or 2 weeks of the season?
Yeah, I think I will play. I have a lot of free time, and I think I will.
Okay.
Well, we're very excited, Alexei.
Okay, so we saw some of the interview with Sarana. Yeah, he was thinking about qualifying for the next stage from the rapid tournaments. So apparently after match versus me, where he said he didn't play good, he was relieved and he started to play much better. Yeah. Okay. What can I say? Looking forward to playing more games versus Sarana now. Yeah. I mean, I was pretty happy. It was a huge fight. We got to the bullet tie breaks. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's okay. Yeah, because I missed. If I played like 10 years ago, I would win this position, with my closed eyes at any time control, but the time is moving and the fast time controls are getting a little bit more difficult to play. But okay. Again, it was fun. I enjoyed my games. I had to learn this new system for black and the Dutch. I feel like the system is playable, but it is should be worse for black. But it's probably playable. I mean, I got a good position, extra pawn advantage. Yeah, I was pretty happy. But the second game, of course, was completely winning. And for some reason, I went into this whole night hopping journey, yeah? Instead of just protecting my pawn structure and converting the extra pawn. Hi guys, I'm waiting for your challenges. We're doing the Simul today, finally. We haven't done the Simul since the start of the of this month because, you know, I was playing too much. It was a great fight. Thank you, Mr. Punctureferant, and hopefully, you know, I have to take all these youngsters seriously now. Yeah, I was looking at his games today, and I saw he learned a lot during the last 2 years. He improved. He really improved, like by a huge margin. I look at the games, the way I beat him like 2 years ago. He was just a kid. Yeah, it was like easy wins. And now this guy is like so much improved. Yeah, he has been playing all these tournaments online. He's been learning. He started to beat guys like Aronian, yeah, and me, of course. So, you know, yeah. So this guy is learned a lot and improved a lot in the last 2 years. So unfortunately for him, he lives in Russia. Otherwise, you know, he would be playing in all these top events. And he would be enjoying some recognition and success, but because he lives in Russia, yeah, he's not gonna see anything. So it is a pity, yeah. I mean, this guy is like huge potential, huge. Anyway, we're back to the Simul. I managed to catch the last minutes of his game versus Jeffrey. And he just outcalculated Jeffrey, which is quite a feat, yeah? Jeffrey is a tactical calculating monster, but this guy just outcalculated him. Anyway, where are the challenges? People, it's time for the Simul. I mean, unless you don't want to do the Simul, but I want to do the Simul because I haven't done it in a long time. I'm not gonna do a recap of the Olympiad because there's too many games and I'm very tired still. I mean, I played yesterday this humongous tournaments, and today I had to, you know, again, learn this new system for the Dutch, which you saw today. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, A3 move is not the main move, but he played it once, and I was lucky to find the game and look at it a little bit. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, the bullet, the last game was the bullet. It just has nothing to do with chess. Yeah, my brain just completely shut off. I was just making one movers. Yeah, if I don't blunder one move, I'm fine. And then I blundered and exchanged in 2 moves. Okay, and then I still survived, but then I kept making bad moves. No, I didn't get 3rd place. I lost in the quarterfinals. I'm sharing 5th to 8th place. Yeah. Yeah, but it was a little bit unfortunate because, you know, second game I should have won actually. And if I would have won second game, it doesn't mean that I would pass Fedosseev though, because he played Fedosseev, he managed to beat Fedosseev. I wouldn't be so sure if I could beat Fedosseev because both him and Fedosseev are very hard for me players. But, you know, I have resolved myself now, you know, not to be afraid of anybody again. You know, so I lose the game, I lose the game. I lose some money, Okay, what can you do, yeah? So the goal is now just try to play some chess and, you know, just like in the younger days. Just try and learn and try to improve and learn from each game, yeah? I mean, what else can you do? I mean, even if you play chess for the 4 decades, 5 decades, it absolutely doesn't mean that you know everything about the chess. All right. You have a hornet in your kitchen. Oh my God. Jesus. Okay. Go. Lead that hornet out of your nest to the freedom. Yeah, so, you know, if you play chess for 4 or 5 decades, doesn't mean you know everything. There's always somebody who knows more. There's always some position, some structure which you don't know as well as you think you did. There's always room for improvement. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Robato. Thank you, Giga. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I'm actually getting there. Yeah, I'm actually surprised I managed to qualify in the last 2 tournaments. But you know, I think I've been playing really decent chess. Yeah, that's why the results. But of course, you know, the really bad result on Bill, you know, I finished in the middle of the tournament, but that's because in the rapid games I really screwed up. I got only half a point out of 7 games, and people were getting 2 points for each win. So in the rapid, where I thought, you know, is my best chess format, I actually scored only half a point out of 7 games. That was a disaster. But you know, before that disastrous result, I was actually, you know, very nervous. You know, but after I got that result, I realized, you know, okay, so I won't win the tournament. Good, I can relax. Yeah, I can relax and just play chess. I don't have to worry about the result. And then when you stop being nervous, when you stop worrying about the result, you can just relax and, you know, play chess for the sake of the game and for the sake of the game, and just try to do your best. And guess what? Things happen, yeah? So, you know, when you worry too much about the result, it can actually hurt your chess game. All right. Hi, Giga. Thank you for subscribing, man. Mixing A4 and D4, nice games. Yes. Yes. Okay, but the most important thing that I proved to myself that I can play anybody and I can still beat strong people. Yeah. I mean, I was losing to Abdusatorov a lot of games in these online events on chess.com. But then, of course, we played this classical game and I had time to think. And I came up with that Rook A2, B3 move, yeah, with the knight on B1 in the Sicilian accelerated dragon. And then, of course, because of the superior structure, everything that then went forward, his pieces went back, and slowly we just crushed him, yeah? Yeah. Yes, Abdusatorov and Kaimer, they're playing in the Olympiad, but okay, they are, you know, they're young guys, yeah? If I was young and I had the ability to play so many tournaments, I would play them, I would play it also. I mean, what else can you do? I mean, you know, if your life is with chess, you have to do what chess demands, yeah? And also, if you have so many possibilities to play so many games against strong people, to learn, and also to win money, it's a dream. Guys, it's a dream. In my time when I was young, there was no such possibilities. The only way to learn was to prepare at home. You didn't have computers then that strong. So you had to rely on your own intuition, on your own evaluation, on your own analysis. And then you go to the tournament, and there you meet all these legends. Yeah, and you're afraid, but you still have to play. And you know your preparation is not as good. But in these online formats, as you can see, all the legends, they're being crushed, absolutely crushed. Yeah, they're being flagged, they're being, they blunder, they also, again, being flagged, like Kramnik got flagged, I was flagged, you know, a lot of people get flagged, Aronian gets flagged, you know, Fabiano has a lot of trouble, you know, surviving, Naka gets killed once in a while in a Title Tuesday by some 2300, 2400, 2500 player. You know, and you know, these things happen, but it is very important for the younger guys when they win such games is they get this boost of confidence. Yeah, you get this boost of confidence, and then you realize you can beat these legends. Yeah, and that means the next time you play over the board in the real situation, you are on equal footing. Yeah, you don't have this fear, like, you know, in the old times when you go and play Garry Kasparov or Anatoly Karpov, you know, they have this aura, and you have, you know, you play these guys, yeah, they won many tournaments, they're world champions, you know, they stare at you like they want to kill you, yeah, and then they play all their moves with huge confidence, yeah. It's scary, man. Okay. I exchange French, but Mr. Giga, it all has to do with the end game, right? Yeah, I was very surprised that yesterday Grishuk allowed me to build this position on him. I'm pretty sure he was distracted because otherwise, you know, he wouldn't play like that. He would not lose a game like this, yeah. I mean, exchange French, I mean, it's just equal. White is a little bit better, but it's equal. But okay, it's my kind of game, you know, safe advantage, minimal advantage. White has a very safe advantage, and you just play, and you try, you know, and you maneuver, and then suddenly you're both maneuvering, and suddenly your position looks good, yeah? Okay, that works. Haven't you guys played 5 Blitz with analog clocks back in the day? No, but that's not. Well, okay. Yeah, but you know, in the old days with the analog clock, right? You have always had these people who knew how to hit the clock at the correct angle and drop to make sure your flag drops. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you have a minute. If they hit the correct angle, that minute doesn't matter. The flag is just drops. Yeah. So. Okay. So you know, when you were playing those guys, you realize, you know, you have to survive until, you know, you don't have 5 minutes. You have 4 minutes. Okay. Yeah. So in the old days, Blitz is also a lot of fun. Yeah. And also you had no computers. So if you wanted to just to play chess, you know, you could analyze anything you want. It doesn't mean it's correct. You had to rely on your own analysis. So the role of the second was more human. These days, the role of the second is more like checking computer analysis and making sure you don't repeat the very, very famous event which happened in Leko versus Kramnik match. Yeah, in Leko versus Kramnik match, I'm not sure who was it, but that guy had seconds working on that line, and they checked the line, and the computer showed one evaluation. They trusted it, but it turns out that if you wait like 5 minutes more, the computer will show you directly opposite evaluation because he didn't find one move. And one of these guys went to the game, played this line, and fell into this exact trap, and he lost the game. Yeah. All right, guys, let the Simul start. Fritz the cat. Let's go. All right, Simul time, guys. Simul. Go. Let's play. Yeah, I'm gonna play the same thing I played against Sarana. Oh, d4. I saw this game just now in the bill. I think who was it who played this line with white? I think it was Knightish or somebody, yeah? It was kind of crazy. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I really like bishop on c5. It's my London bishop. Yeah, but it's on the black side. Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna play f5 anyway. I'm gonna play Dutch. I'm gonna play Dutch defense. Because now we have symmetrical sort of structure. Yeah, you have c4, b2, a2, and I have f5, g7, h7. So we have similar pawn structure, but on opposing wings. Yeah, c4 pawn versus f5 pawn, e3 pawn versus d6 pawn. The only question is whether my bishop on c5 is good or bad. I mean, now I'm thinking about it, maybe the bishop should have been staying on g7, because that bishop on g7 would be playing a bigger role. The only reason I like bishop on c5 is that he sort of cements the queen side and prevents potential white expansion like a3, b4, and c5 at some point. Yeah. So that's mainly it. I'm not baby, Mr. Anius. Is your haircut inspired by Karpov? No. I was actually thinking, you know, this is normal attire, but guys, this is summer and this is hot as heck, okay? So I'm just in my t-shirt because it's very hot summer. I apologize, I'm not gonna put on layers of clothing just to look like, you know, like in a tournament hall, yeah? I'm very comfortable, I'm sitting at home and you know, because I don't have to impress you with my looks. I have to impress you with my moves and my understanding of the game. The match versus Gelfand was, I played him twice actually. I lost to him in 2007 in the candidates. And it was kind of funny because the reason I lost to him that match is because I lost both London games with white against him. With white. With black I was doing well, but with white I lost both games. Mr. Amilissimo. Who is Mr. Amilissimo? Asmaito Force. Ah, is your daughter? Okay. Alright. So guys, you notice, right? I went to my old ways of playing London system today against Serrana, allowing bishop f5, c4, because, you know, people forgot about those lines. Yeah, those lines still exist, and people forgot about those lines because they are much less forcing. They're more positional. And I had a feeling he was going for this queen b6, queen takes b2 line, which is just analysis, 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 and there is some forced position at the end. And, you know, I don't play chess for that. So that's why I played the old school, you know, way of playing London system. I allowed the c4, bishop f5, and then I counter-punched with e4, and then he allowed a4, a5, and he was just lost. Yeah, I mean, I was surprised he allowed a4, a5, because he just lost his pawn on c4. And the reason he saved his game is, okay, because I went completely berserk. Right, but rook e1, right? Rook e1. Right, we got more challenges. Mr. Logic, how are you? But guys, Serrano went all the way to the finals today, yeah? And he beat Jeffrey in this absolutely amazing game in the last round. I was like, wow, he sacrificed the whole piece just to hold Jeffrey's king side underdeveloped. Yeah, that was an amazing game, to be honest. Amazing. But okay, if he survives me, then he deserves to get to the finals, yeah? Yeah, that's usually the case. Hello, Mr. Ivanov. Was an Aaron Gelfa match similar to Nepo Ding? Not sure. Okay. All right. I play knight c3. All right, let me make some moves. So that's Mr. Robato. We gotta make two moves, right? Okay. All right, so let me play d4 here. Yeah, I'm not gonna play Italian stuff, so you guys are safe from my Italian. Bishop to d2, but I can sort of go after the bishop now, yeah? And I can leave your knight on d5 alone, probably. Is it possible? Before knight takes d2, yeah? So it should be possible. Okay, so I always play a4 in Najdorf. It doesn't mean a4 is good, but it's one of my favorite systems. Alright, anybody else I'm missing? I don't see Andromeda. He probably is busy. Alright, bishop c2, very old theory. Nice to castle, save the king, bishop e7, bishop c4. Developing the bishop. So, okay guys, what I'm teaching you in my channel is understanding of the pawn structures, yeah? And every time you see the way I play, my games always revolve around the pawn structure. Pawn chains, pawn structures, c5, they don't play c5 here. For some reason they don't. I wonder why. Maybe b3, but okay, knight d2 looks reasonable. d1. Yeah, the reason a4 and bishop c4 is not considered to be good for white in this position is because the bishop, after he goes to b3, he's not protected by the a pawn. I don't think that really matters. What matters is that if white can get the hold on the d5 square or not. If he can, white is better. If he cannot, black is Doing great. Okay. All right. Mr. Rubato is surprising me with some early b5. Interesting. Мистер Иванов, я не играю за команду, потому что у меня американский флаг. Я вообще не хочу играть в Олимпиадах. Зачем мне это? Мне не интересно играть в Олимпиадах. Что я там забыл? Пусть там молодежь играет. Okay. Favorite chess game of all time? There is no like one favorite game. Usually you have a collection of favorite games, and you know there is not one single game which stands out. Okay, we definitely go after this bishop. Yeah, this is the reason why black doesn't really play this bishop, unless you're ready to trade the bishop and then play the position where white has pair of bishops. Yeah. So the only reason we play bishop g4 is there's some lines where you control the d4 square or something. All right, so bishop g5. Usually you play here. That's why usually black plays h6, but in this particular case, if you play h6, that weakens the f5 square. Normally I take this, and now the knight. If I can get this knight to e3, basically I win the game. But if I can't, then black is fine. Yeah. Okay, so let's start the transition. Okay, maybe knight d2. Yeah, knight d2. And then knight f1 and stuff, yeah. Yeah, you can start with knight h2, but not in this position, yeah, because I don't have h3 played. So knight d2, knight there, knight h4, take. You have more takes, yeah. So I cannot play that. Yeah, you can sacrifice the pawn, but why? Why sacrifice the pawn? b4. Okay. b4. I mean, do you really want to take here? What is your plan? You want to play knight c4? Yeah, I think I'll just play knight d2 here. Sort of take control of the c4 square. Yeah, prevent knight c4, because knight on a5 is kind of bad. It's always bad. So knight d2 also takes some squares under control. Potentially you want your knight on c4, okay? That's what you want. All right, so let's trade this. This guy is asking what is my percentage for a match between Ding and Nepo. It's actually a very interesting match. I think these guys actually deserve to play the match for the World Chess Championship title, both of them. So if Magnus doesn't play the match, it's okay, because these guys, I think these guys actually deserve recognition of being strongest world players for the period of many years. And this World Chess Championship match is actually fits the caliber. But the question was, who is gonna win? And that's a difficult question. It all depends on the form that both players are in. They're gonna go and try and kill each other in this match, understandably. And both can win, actually, yeah. Both can win. I would say that Nepo has a higher chance simply because he already played the match. Actually, queen e2 was bad. I didn't notice you had knight d5, bishop takes c2, man. Dude, you had knight takes d5. My bishop is not protected. Dude, you missed it. You missed that move, man. All right, let's bring knight. Okay, nice pair of bishops. I'm pretty happy with the way my position is. A5 looks pretty, A4 looks pretty cool. Again, the reason grandmasters like to play the A and H pawns is because, for example, in this situation, the move A4 completely disrupts the communication among white pawns on the queen side. That is why, you know, pawns like this are made to move. All right. No, but he has experience of playing in the World Chess Championship match, and this is a huge thing. I don't know how many people realize it, but this experience of playing in the World Chess Champ match, this is a unique experience. That is why those world champions who manage to defend their titles, they have such a huge advantage next time they play in the match, because they know the strategy, they know what works, what doesn't work. They know how to approach the schedule, they know how to approach the preparation, the opponents. I mean, in my mind, that is simply huge. Okay. So we got this position. It looks kind of sweet for black. However, I would say that the computer evaluates this position probably like 0.4, 0.5 advantage for black. There's no way white is better. I think white is probably a little bit worse. Again, simply because the pair of bishops disrupted pawn chain here. Probably close to equal, but you know, it's more easier to play with black. This factor of being easy, of having an easy position to play is very important. Okay. Mr. Robato is thinking. Okay. Logic is thinking. All right. Chicken Chess Club podcast thinks that Ding is a stronger player, but Nepo has a stronger team. I don't think. Have you ever smashed your keyboard or mouse? No, but because I like to eat a lot at my computer table, all of my keyboards are eventually becoming very greasy, yeah, and stained. And I'm too lazy to clean those keypads. So, also this is the reason why I really don't like a wireless mouse, is because it just doesn't work for me. It refuses to work. All right, rook b1. Let's trade the rooks. All pieces are better. All right, Mr. Gata Light, welcome back. Yeah. Well, I have to say that, you know, it is a little bit frustrating that I cannot pass the first stage of these rapid events. I always run I ran twice into Fabiano Caruana, and it was also a huge fight, but I also lost, yeah. And then I ran into Naka, and I think today was the only time when I didn't run into either of these monsters. But Serrano, he was defending absolutely amazing chess today. And yeah, the guy deserves to win because I cannot convert. So yeah, I wish I could, you know, pass to next stage sometime. But, you know, knight to d7. All right, let's hit this again. b6. Hey, Alex Rustamov. Yes. Is Karpov underrated? What do you mean? Of course he is a GOAT. Dude, Karpov is a GOAT, man. It took Garry Kasparov to actually unseat somebody like Karpov. And if you're too young to remember, in their very first match, if that match was like today's match, 24 games, Gary's career would be killed because he was down 5 points. He was 0-5 after 32 games. Not 24, not 16, not 12 like today's World Chess Championship matches. If there was a World Chess Championship match by today's standards, Garry Kasparov would lose the match by the score of 0-5, and he would never be a world champion and even close, because losing with such score is such a huge hit to your confidence. It's just no words. Okay, so he was very lucky that in his time there was such thing as unlimited matches, and that's why he became Garry Kasparov. Yeah. So Anatoly Karpov was a huge monster. Huge. All right, what is this? My bishop on b4. All right, so now it's time to probably bring back this guy also, yeah? So we're remaneuvering our knights here. And we're going after this poor guy on c4 with everything we've got. Kasparov lost on purpose? Do you even know, Gary? I don't have a feeling you know who you're talking about. Dude, Kasparov losing on purpose. Okay. I don't think you have a very good idea who you're talking about. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's just so funny. Okay. Yeah, that was a very funny one. Thank you for the laugh, man. I appreciate it. That was a good one. Alright, so queen on a5, now it's doing nothing, yeah? So let's bring the queen back. Let's bring the queen back. Ah, but he protected this guy, yeah? He protected this guy. Damn, I'm gonna get to this pawn, yeah? Man. Alright, so let's play it slowly, yeah? h4. So I'm playing hedgehog. I don't know what you're playing, but I'm playing my hedgehog. I don't know what you're playing. You guys remember that anecdote, right? Two beginning girls play chess, and they're at beginner level, and they learn only one opening system. So the girl plays e4, and the other girl, she mixes up her moves. Instead of e5, she plays like e6 or c5. So the first girl looks up at her and says, I don't know what you're playing, but I'm playing Spanish, and she played bishop b5 anyway. or after knight f3, it doesn't matter. So that was pretty famous anecdote. I don't know what you're playing, but I'm gonna play Spanish. How the hell will Magnus get to 2900? I'll tell you the secret, guys. Usually, the world champions, they no longer do really well at the Olympiads because they have this huge red sign over them which says wanted, target for the low elo players, draw against Magnus. Woohoo, was white, yay, yay. I win a lot of rating elo points, so I'm gonna play as solid as possible, so not even the world champion can beat me. Okay? So, a lot of people actually, I don't know a single world champion that hadn't lost elo points at the Olympiads. It is not the tournament where you want to raise your elo points. You better be prepared that you're gonna lose a lot of elo points. I remember in Turin, Vichy was still a champion, I think, or before that, and Vichy lost with white against Charbonneau, and he lost a massive amount of rating elo points from that. He was not happy. That's another thing I can say. Если был матч Райош, Каспаров, Крамник, ты голодный разделен замок. Ну, ясное дело, Каспаров бы съел бы Крамника, очевидно, но, по-моему, даже очень очевидно. Yeah, he's asking if there was much revanche between Kramnik and Kasparov, and I think it's pretty obvious that Gary would win this match. I think it's pretty obvious. Pretty obvious. Mr. Gata Light, you're dropping your piece. Remember, the pinning is for winning, right? Bishop c5 and then e5, man. Pinning for winning. Be careful. If you play f3, make sure that pin, stays legit, okay? Alright, so we're transferring the queen finally from a5 to working square on e7. Mr. Katkeson. Who is Mr. Katkeson? Chess Bra, okay. Whoa, why are you to a 2094 rated, man? You sandbagged your rating. Damn. If you sandbagged your rating in the World Open, and if Bill caught you, you would not be a happy partner. Yeah, in my eyes, like, Bill Goichberg, he is like, Dirty Harry. Yeah, like with a big gun. He's like, you feel lucky, punk? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the good old days, yeah. All right, so my bishop on c2 is doing nothing. What is this knight on b7, knight on b6? My god. Nice knights. They control all the vital squares, yeah? Yeah, nice defense, man. Nice defense. I like your defense. Very good defense. All right, so I have to think about how to break through this position with white. It's not going to be easy, yeah? I thought I can get to your pawn on c4. But now I have serious doubts about it. You know what? My bishop is doing nothing on b4. Let's open the file for the rooks. All right. Thank you for fixing my pawn structure. That's always a big thing. Thank you, Water Power, for subscribing. Okay, Mr. The Real Clinicat, thank you for that offbeat bit of information. Oh my god, now I know what not to say in French. You're better than Chess Bra. Ah, oh my god, this is a Chess Bra, okay. Sorry. He's like a smaller brother, yeah? Alright, Gotta Lie, thank you for the game, man. Logic, what are you doing? The game is just starting. Why are you resigning? My god, people. Play chess, don't be scared. You get a bad pawn. Doesn't mean the game is over. You continue fighting. You know what? Sometimes if you don't see how to win immediately, step back, and wait for another chance. Yeah, I'm actually... I like the bishop on c5 because he makes this bishop on b3 look like a fool. But... yeah... But if I allow this trade, I will be minus my beautiful bishops. And my bishops are beautiful. They're beautiful. Alright, so let's go. f4. Alright. So we're gonna play on another flank. The reason is because your knights are on the queen side. Okay? And if your knights are on the queen side, that means your king side is less populated, which means it's an easier target, yeah? So let's hope if you subscribe now, you will play against me. Yes, Mr. Saltranch, that is exactly right. If you subscribe to my channel, Uncle Sam would be very happy. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you just get to play me, man. That's it. f6, holy moly. Are we gonna play King's Indian now? What is this? Is this a King's Indian time? The square on f5, ooh, yummy. Looks really nice for my knight, but on the other hand, I want to attack. No shortcuts. Chess is sweet. So chess is sweet. Knight g2 when rook was on e3. Okay. Yes, I will accept your challenge, Mr. Satrans. Okay, chess is sweet. Who is chess is sweet? All right, guys. Who is chess is sweet? Who is this guy who challenged me? Okay, I remember. You just absolutely annihilated me. You annihilated me in that Simul game. Now I remember. I mean, I vaguely remember. I remember that somebody crushed me like I had no chances. He saw everything. He played like a machine. So that was you, huh? You know what I usually do in such circumstances? If I face a certain person on lead chess that is plays too well, too strong for his level, the next time I just play a time-proven test opening named the Hippo. In the old days, Hippo was a perfect opening to verify if your opponent is human or not, because there were only several ways the computer was playing against the Hippo. These days, it's not so simple. Yeah. Knight on f4 is a well-placed knight, sir. It's really well-placed knight. So we're gonna have to try to scramble this. All right, so let's bring the knights. And I don't like knights like that close to me, so I'm gonna kick him out. All right, so who is chess is sweet again? You're a human, you just got lucky. Okay, Shatranj, are you chess is sweet or what? What is your nickname, man? Okay. Shatranj, hello? Franz calling to Shatranj. What is your nickname? Yeah, Hippo is just very bad opening. Yeah, this is one of the things about the engines that I don't really like, is that they killed all my favorite openings. I cannot play Slav Chibanenko anymore. It is just unplayable now. Slav Chibanenko is completely unplayable. King g3. Or... Alright, let's King g3. Anonym by UQsta85. You will send. Okay, so because Chess is Sweet is not identifying himself, I'm not gonna accept your challenge, man. It's like, identify yourself. You know, this is a requirement, man. It's a requirement in the modern world that you identify yourself. And they want everything. They want your bank cards, they want your ID, they want your statements, they want everything. And they want it now. Yeah. Okay. It is the society of today. Yeah. And you know why they need all this identification? So they can send you all that wonderful spam. All that absolutely wonderful, gorgeous spam. And sell you merchandise. Because everybody knows how much you need it. Yeah. Okay. Exactly, Mr. Spirschlank. Exactly. Everybody loves marketing. Yeah. I would say that this is the age of streamers. Yeah. I mean, everybody is streaming. Bishop to h5. Wow. Bishop to h5. Oh, it's time to bring my king back from this disaster, yeah? Yoo-hoo! Beating for winning. Beating for winning. Maybe. Okay. You play Chibanenko, Slav, and Benko, both unplayable. Yes, Mr. Kasparov, exactly. Unplayable. I'm trying to play Chibanenko. I played Chibanenko against Yesipenko. You know, that's fine. This sounds incredibly funny, but Mr. Katkeson, you lose your knight on e6, yes? So I played Chibanenko against Yesipenko, and in a classical game, and I was lost after 12 moves, pretty much. And I was like, oh my god, why did I play this Chibanenko against this Yesipenko? But then he gave me counterplay and suddenly I was winning. Yeah, I couldn't win the game. I was like, wow. But, you know, it has nothing to do with the opening, of course. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the opening. Thank you for the game, Mr. Katkeson. So, all right, Mr. Chessbra. The Chessbra. All right. So, h3. Let's send this kitty home on g4. Yeah. Actually, bishop takes f7, rook takes d7 was interesting, yeah. But I fear that my queen side was so far behind in the development that black might be fine even after that. King e6, rook c8, take on a5. All his pieces are so active. In my mind, the queen side is like Jeffrey's king side against Serrano today. It's just horrible, yeah. So that's not what we want, obviously. What you want is to have normal development. Normal. Like, develop your minor pieces, get castle, put your rooks on the central files. That is called normal development. You should have played bishop c1. The thing about all these unplayable openings is that Q must always be imperfect. Well said, sir. Well said. But king h7 allows knight g5. Ooh, I like that. Let's go. Let's go. Wait, maybe I should take on g7 first, yeah? Ah, but then you play knight f4. I like knight g5, so let's go. Knight g5. Knight g4. Yay. This is gonna be fun. Look at this king on h6. My god. This king. Ouch. It looks like ouch. Okay, bishop h6 and bishop f7 now is way more interesting, but first we ask this bishop, please get the hell out of here, sir. Take on g5 or king g2 first. Big dilemma. Big dilemma. Also rook g1. Bishop d1 with the idea of queen h5 mates is also very interesting. Wow. So many interesting moves, man. But okay, let's take on g5. Yeah, this guy is just, I can tell you that he is having a lot of fun by playing moves like that. Do you have any funny things to say about Ben Feingold's? I'm pretty sure he will have a lot of funny things to tell you about himself if he wants to. All right, let's go. Let's go, rook h1 and attack. Attack. The great Andromeda is too busy on the dating scene. No time for Simuls anymore. How do I know he is on the dating scene? I was actually very impressed. They invited Anand at the bill. He was just commenting and doing a Simul there. He was not even playing at the tournament. I would be very impressed if they actually invite him to the bill event to play, like I did this year and last year. And I'm pretty sure he would enjoy it, yeah, because this tournament, it was extremely enjoyable. I mean, the format is perfect. You play Fischer random chess, all your creativity, anything you want, yeah, whatever you want, Fischer random is perfect. And then you have rapids, blitz, and classical. You have all the time in the world to think, to come up with some devious ways to get out of bad positions, to find incredible mates, and etc. Yeah. So I would strongly advise the organizers to try to talk to him into playing next year in the main event. Yeah. But because he came this year because, you know, Gukesh was one of the participants in our tournament. He was his student. Yeah. Because Vichy these days he runs the academy. And if you have seen his Olympiad interviews, he mentioned that Gukesh and some other kids from his area of India where he is, they are his students. And you know, I had a feeling they were pretty much, you know, afraid of me, you know, at the beginning of the tournament, because I won last year, like in a great style. I won rapid event, I won a classical event. I was an absolute monster last year. But this year, you know, I lost rapids, half a point out of 7 games. And I think they realized, you know, I'm no more the monster, yeah. Yeah. So, and then I played Grunfeld out of my memory. I was not sure what to play against Gukesh, and I played Grunfeld for the first time in many years. And he played this line, and of course I had absolutely no clue how to play there, because it's been, last time I played it was against Nepo in World Cup in 2000. My God, which World Cup was that? It was 2011, I think. Okay, no. I played Grunfeld against Mamediyarov in World Cup 2013. And that was the last time I looked at Grunfeld seriously. So that was like 9 years ago. These days, every month, something is happening in chess theory. And I haven't looked at Grunfeld in 9 years. And this kid, of course, he comes up with something that is very engine. And I had no clue how to play, and I got into a lost position. And then I had to survive, and I found a way to survive. I was very happy later to come and check with my engine and see that I wasn't lost exactly. I always had some counterplay. And but that's because, you know, I'm trying to listen to my intuition, what it tells me. Yeah, I mean, you can play positions and you can try to defend worse positions as long as you have some compensation or counterplay. So that's what you need, how to defend worse position. The absolute worst positions you can get is where you have no counterplay, nothing. These are the worst, okay? These are the worst positions to play, absolutely. All right, so all right, so yeah, so this is a good move, obviously. Obviously, this is a good move. So the question, should I play rook h1, f6, or g6? If I play g6, my queen has no attack to get to his king because his knight, gets all the squares, yeah? So rook h1 and queen h4 second best. Does it work? I don't know. And also f6, yeah? f6 looks pretty interesting. Because if he takes, then there is check. And then interesting things happen. King g7, gf6, king f6, rook h, queen f5, rook h7, queen f7 mate. So I kind of like f6 here. Also because I'm opening the file towards his king. And potentially I can get on e7 maybe even. Well, rook h1, king g8, queen h4 is also very interesting. I'm just concerned about king f7, g6, king e8, queen h8, bishop f8. And then what? Yeah, then that's a big question. So probably f6 is the best move in this position. So I'll play that. Alright, so the idea is that you play slowly this kind of position. Have you met Anna and Bill? No, I haven't met Anna and Bill. We don't talk much. Yeah, so this guy was talking about Andromeda's dating life. So does he know something we don't know? Curious people would like to hear the answer to that question. Well, I hope he's doing well, first of all. Yeah. Because Andromeda is one of our best moderators, of course, and patrons of the channel. So this knight on h6, I don't know what to do with this guy. Should I play g4 and just cut him out completely? This is so very tempting. Just to play g4, but you know what stops me? He plays knight g8. But then I have knight g5, yeah. But then he has long castle, and then bishop g5, then rook e8. He hits my pawns. I hit something somewhere maybe. But I don't know what exactly I'm hitting. But okay, g4, let's play it. Yeah, it looks very reasonable. You really kind of want to, yeah, so this is the idea. If you cannot play f4 because your central pawn is hanging, you bring this bishop around like in the Dutch defense, okay? So this bishop then is going, guess where this bishop is going, guys, right? This bishop is going to f3 square. Yeah, that's the perfect square for this bishop, right? On d7, c8, it looked like a completely pathetic bishop. And you don't want to play c5 because that immediately weakens the d5 square. So the bishop on e5 takes control of the dark squares, the pawns take control of the light squares, so this bishop was the only dumb one. So you put him on this diagonal because even on g6 he would be perfect, because if you put the bishop on g6, then you can play f4, the bishop protects the pawn, but more importantly the bishop also helps cover the black king, right? It provides extra layer of protection to your king, which is very nice. But of course, ideally you want this bishop on h5 to go to f3, right? So he's trying to attack you for the mate, which you can politely decline, and that queen has to go back to the regional square because There are no other squares to protect the bishop. And that means white loses the time. And then you play bishop h5, yeah? So, Mr. Ivan Pavlov, I have been in France now for the past 1.5 years. I have no idea about life in Russia. Absolutely no clue. My mom lived in Russia all her life, but she died in the beginning of this year, and I wasn't able to go to her funeral, unfortunately. So the only person who is related to me in Russia now is my half-brother, but we don't talk much. I played Nihal last year and Gukic this year. What do you think has more universal understanding of the game? Guys, you have to understand the universal understanding of the game changes. But that is especially true for the younger players. Dude, the younger guys, they improve rapidly. Or they do not. Okay? Give them time. An opportunity to prove themselves. Actually, I'm not sure this bishop h5 is so hot here, yeah? Maybe just h5, h4. I mean, my rook on f6 has a defensive function, but yeah, I'm not so hot about this position. Yeah, no, but Mr. Fritz-Cat, you had the right idea. You had to play queen c4 again because you need to double your rooks on the d file and to threaten rook d7, because the bishop on c8 was protecting the square, and once the bishop is removed to this diagonal, the d7 square is what you should be aiming for, okay? Because I lost control of the square. So you should play queen c4 again anyway, and then rook d2, and try to double your rooks on the open file where rooks belong, and you threaten rook d7. Okay, because now you're just giving me the pawn. It's an important pawn too, because then there's f2 check and bishop takes d1. So where was this guy who wanted to subscribe and then play me? Is my dad in the US? Yes, he is in the US, but I don't talk to my father at all. Last time I talked to him was about a month and a half ago, and it resulted in a shouting, I cannot talk to this man. This man is impossible to talk to. Alright. G6. Okay, so he prepares knight h5 and something, but okay, let's take this pawn. Okay, I called bishop a pawn. I apologize. Bishop is not a pawn. Bishop is not a pawn. Okay? I apologize. Okay, so let's grab this knight first. Rook e8. Yes, repeat after me. Bishop is not a pawn. Okay, good. So, now my bishop on a3 is starting to look more and more like a pawn. This bishop is pretty bad. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to move this bishop here, yeah? That makes more sense. Because knight on f4 is pretty damn strong. Alright, so check. Let's grab this rook. And let's win the game. Ooh, actually rook e8 now looks pretty good with the idea of queen e3, but okay, let's grab the exchange. Let's be safe, okay? It's important to be safe. Ah, but he saved his knight on h5. I mean, this position is still good for me, but... Alright, so let's play b4. That was my original idea. I like to develop pieces in an aggressive manner. Okay, so bishop to e3. Yeah. Trying to make lives for the bishops better. And knight c3. Alright, so we trade. And we have extra exchange and a pawn, which is more than sufficient to win the game. Why you cannot challenge me? What do you mean you cannot challenge me? You can challenge me? Thank you for subscribing, Mr. B3i. Mr. Satranj, you have to challenge me. Okay, let me show you how to challenge me. You go to the play, you say custom challenge, and then you put time here. Because it's late, you'll have to put something like 45, okay? And then you have to look at the opponents. Instead of random here, you click on this link. You put my name here, which is Tigr в шляпе. Okay, you select this name and you play unrated and you put color, whatever color you want, and then you click on play, and that's how you create a challenge, okay? So I don't know what the problem is, but that is not on my side, okay? So if I play bishop d1, Amelissimo, very good defensive skills. I'm very impressed. Okay, Mr. Flexo. Who is Mr. Flexo? Else in your family have talent for chess? I have no idea. My family is very creative, though, to be honest. I mean, my grandfather was an artist. My father was always an artist, first of all. And my sister is an artist. So it's a very creative family. Mr. Ivanov is asking a question that Kramnik was preparing Firouzja for the candidates, and then Firouzja really didn't play well. And he's asking, why is that? Mr. Flexo CM, you are not a sub. Yes, I'm sorry. Mr. Giga, you're helping her. No, don't resign, man. Don't resign. Just play it out, man. It's fine. I'm not complaining. I'm just giving you a compliment that you're playing really well. I like your defensive skills and maneuvering. Yeah, you find. At some point, I thought your position was really bad, but you managed to hold it together, and that is certainly commendable. So, and the question about Kramnik and Firouzja, the candidates, it's a tough question. I read his interview. I read Vladimir's interview after the candidates, and first of all, the guy, I don't know, I cannot explain it, but to me it seems like he is still like taking it very personally, events like this, yeah, because when he made a comment saying there were so many mistakes on this candidates, it's a very low level, and etc., etc. To me, it tells me that I wish I could play in this tournament and I would beat all of these guys. If you have such a mentality, I don't think you're ready to coach anybody. Yeah, I mean, the only reason you should coach anybody is if you don't have yourself like a huge personal playing ambitions. Because I mean, how can you coach anybody if you still feel like, you know, you want to play and you want to kill all these guys, yeah? I mean, I think this tournament was perfectly amazing tournament. Yes, it's true there were a lot of mistakes, but these mistakes were caused by the time format. There is no increment, for God's sakes. There's no increment. I remember my tournament with no increment, if I can say I lost on time against Kraken because I was not familiar with this format. Yeah, so, and when you have no increment, if you don't give people time to think, they're gonna make mistakes. We're humans, we're not fucking robots. Okay? So, yes, on the other hand, I heard that he did have a huge amount of work with Firouzja. And I think Firouzja started okay, but see, there is lack of experience and lack of practice. Okay, he had no tournaments. He didn't play Vakanze. He didn't play anything. He didn't play nothing. I mean, if you train but you have no practice, how can you improve? That is his biggest mistake. He has no practice. My God. You need this feel for the pieces. Yeah, it's called the good playing form. It can only happen if you play, okay? And when you have a good playing form, it means that positions which are worse, you save, and positions that are slightly better, you win, okay? That's what it means to have a good playing form. Because chess is not just about analysis and home preparation, okay? Chess is about how well you're playing. And you need to be in a good playing form for that. That is why it is not recommended to do what he did for the candidates. Just sit at home and prepare. It works for some people, but for me it doesn't work at all. Are you following Olympiad? No, I am not following. I saw some games. Today I saw this draw, and then I saw this absolutely amazing game between Magnus and my Bundesliga buddy, teammate, Georg Meyer, who is an Uruguay citizen, who played Magnus on board one for Uruguay team. I mean, it could be shocking for a lot of people, but, you know, I heard the news before. And Magnus was worse. He won because Georg just, I don't know, self-destructed in a time trouble, yeah? Yeah, because his mother is from Uruguay. You know, the news of that were like all over the... some channels, let's say, okay? And yeah. So I asked him because, you know, I asked him when I was in the Bundesliga, like, is it true? He said, yeah. And yeah, he's actually, you know, he's actually pretty happy. He found some, chess is actually not professional guys anymore. Georg Meyer, he's working professionally on some projects. He is doing, I don't know, there's some work he's doing not related to chess at all. So he is just playing chess for his team, and it's his first time he is representing Uruguay. Yeah, he's not gonna be like Naidic, yeah? I mean, the guy quit German Federation went to Azerbaijani Federation, and now he returned to Germany, but they're not gonna accept him because of some long-standing grudge. I mean, long-standing means like a decade or more than a decade ago, he had a huge fight with the German Chess Federation. And now it's like, it's a royal mess. Let's put it this way. Okay. All right. So it's time has come to play some tactics. Yeah, guys. When you feel like your strategy is doing well, there must be some tactics to make sure that your position can improve. So look for some tactics. Like in this particular scenario, like what happens, see his pawn moves, right? And weakens the square. And now imagine, if you put the knight on the square, suddenly you're gonna hit king, rook, and bishop. Wow. Right? It's gonna be a triple fork. And most importantly, it's the bishop, because the bishop protects this guy. So if you eliminate the bishop, then this guy is gonna be N3. Okay, I will try to challenge you, Mr. Anonym Bumku Quasta. All right, let me follow the steps that I made. I'll give you 45, 45. Unrated, random color, okay? All right, there you go. Mr. Anonym Bayukusta, there you go. You're from Turkey. Excellent. Okay. You're excited. I think you're in the wrong profession to get excited. Chess is very clinical. I'm just kidding, man. Okay, just have fun, yeah. No, but the people often say, like, you know, played with a clinical precision. And I'm like, oh my god, we are what, doctors? No, we're not doctors. We're not surgeons. We're just chess players. But okay, accuracy is important, yeah? I mean, accuracy, especially in modern chess, is everything. So precision is important. So decide my gusto, precision is actually very important. So knight f6 anyway. Yes, but Mr. Amumbu, you have to make 2 moves, man. Jesus Christ. You have to make 2 moves so the games get aborted. Okay, there is a button which says replay, rematch. I don't see this button. Alright, this is last time I'm gonna try it, okay. So, make 2 moves, please, and you have to make 2 moves, or the games get aborted. Alright, 2 moves for you, 2 moves for me. And then you can think for however long you want. But you have to make 2 first moves in 1 minute. Okay. Now the second move. Alright, what is this? So Queen g4 probably, yeah? Okay, now you can think. Now you can think all you want. Yes, Mr. Chess Bra. Dude, you can challenge me, man. You don't need to subscribe. You already subscribed once. You don't need to subscribe several times. You can challenge me. Alright, but this should be winning, yeah? I think this should be winning. Check. Thank you for gifting subs to the community, Mr. Chessbra. Alright. Thanks very much. Alright, people, those who were gifted subs, now you can suddenly play in a Simul against me. So you're welcome to join the party. And I see people I've never heard of before. And that means you guys are lurking. Don't lurk. Play chess. It's more fun to play chess than to lurk. Tested by yours truly. Okay. So, rook h1, queen endgame. Probably winning. Probably. But very messy. d6, rook g5, king f3. Probably winning also. But probably the best also, yeah. I mean, if you have a passed pawn, you have to use it. Alright, Mr. Chess Bra, where is the challenge? Wait. Okay. Wait, are you Katkison or Labov? Are you Katkison? Okay. Alright, 40. Alright, 45 or 60. Okay, doesn't matter. Alright, 2 moves. Guys, 2 moves in 2 minutes. In 1 minute. Or it gets aborted. Alright. And the second guy, Labov. 2 moves. D4. Good choice. Dash defense. Always a good choice. Alright, but I have to... Mr. Robato, you resigned. Thank you for the game, man. Appreciate it. Okay. Oh, Rosalimo. My god, it's like facing London system. Ugh. Okay, fine. Yeah, Rosalimo is a new London. Alright, so, you know, I recommend you to play guys e6 against this setup with knight c3. I used to play d6 knight d7 a lot because that was how Van Hao played against me like in 2011 in China in Rapid Game, and ever since then I just copied him because, you know, he's Van Hao, yeah, he knows what he's doing. But today, finally, 11 years later, I finally looked at it and I saw that e6 maybe is a good move to make. Alright, so queen e7 should be winning, yeah? Because your rook is way off. If you play bishop g5, you can just play that. Yeah, the only bad thing is that you're gonna see my prep, which I'm not too excited about, but okay. You're gonna see my preparation. But fine. Yeah, but then just rook b7, yeah. I forced the trade. No, that was not a prep. That was a blunder. You're giving me bishop. Why? Mr. Amelissimo, I have a feeling your daughter is playing stronger than you. Hi, Giga. Are you still accepting challenges for simultaneous games? Yes, Mr. Nefedov, but again, from my subscribers only. Okay. My subscribers only. Lab off. That was a quick game, man. Alright, Mr. Katkison. Mr. Katkison, what do you think if I play c4 here? And try to cement my beautiful knight on d5. It is beautiful knight. Mr. Fritz the Cat, thank you for the game, man. It's nice to see you guys. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Panctile Ferran. Thank you, guys. You're happy about c4? You know, this girl streamer says, you know, I don't remember who was it, but was it Hafu or was it somebody else? You know, I'm watching some streamers, you know, not necessarily chess players. And it was so funny, you know, every time she said, thank you for the sub. It makes me happy if you're happy. Okay. I thought that was a very cool way of saying thanks, yeah? Cool. Again. Yeah, there's some absolutely amazing personalities on Streamweb. Let's call it Streamweb. 94. Okay. So the bishops belong on the open files. Agreed? Agreed, right? So we're building this battery. The bishop on b7. This bishop on b7 is a Highlander. There can be only one bishop on b7, and that's him. I mean, there's only one bishop on this diagonal, and that's this bishop. So it's going to be Highlander bishop. Yes, Mr. Giga. You can send her for TT for sure. She would actually. I would say this without joking, that younger people who lack practice and who are looking to improve, you must play in Title Tuesdays. Must. It's like a ground. It's a training ground. It's like ground zero for any future chess talents. I mean, compare this guy Serrano 2 years ago. Yeah, before Title Tuesdays, before Rapid Championships, before anything. You know, he was just a kid. I was just destroying him completely. White, black didn't matter. Now, after 2 years of playing non-stop in Title Tuesdays versus very strong competition, analyzing games, playing countless of positions, first of all, you get this experience of playing countless different structures, playing against strong guys. It gives you so much food for analysis, for preparation, for looking at lines. You know, you have to play in TT. It's not funny anymore. You know, this TT is a necessary event for you to improve. There's no other word. All right, let's go F5. We need to break your pawn chain here in the center, because I'm not happy about this pawn chain. So, I've been telling this to some of my, I have only one student actually, that I'm working with more or less consistently, and I've been telling him, you have to play in Title Tuesdays. Like, look at all the other kids. All the Indian kids, they've been playing Title Tuesday. All of them, Eric Acey, Sandwani, Gukesh, and Nihal, yeah? Everybody was playing it. Now some of them stopped, but some of them still play. And they get massive improvements. And I have a feeling they're actually directly correlated. If you stop playing, stop practicing, you lose your edge. Okay, so I need 2 more moves to make my position absolutely dominating. I just need to play F5 and G5, and black is strategically winning, yes? So let's see if you can do something before that happens. Alright, this is very famous position, Mr. Anonim Buykustan. This position was discussed a lot in the match between 2 famous guys, Kasparov and Karpov. This is where I learned this position when I was a kid. It was like 84. And I still play this opening because I remember that match and I remember analyzing this position from those days. See, that experience as the kid is very, very important. Your formative years in forming your opening repertoire and your thinking. So you can see how that match between those 2 guys really affected me in so many ways. I didn't actually realize it until later. I still play those openings. You know, after Gary played Grunfeld against Karpov, everybody started playing Grunfeld, including me. And Spanish, yeah, and all the other lines. I didn't start playing Nimzo though. I think Gary's Nimzo was not very impressive at the time. Later, yeah, he was outplaying Karpov in Nimzo, but he figured out that, you know, Karpov's Caro-Kann was actually, yeah, he started crushing Karpov with e4 because Karpov had Caro-Kann and he had Spanish. And in both of those openings, Gary found those very dynamic positions he needed to get for his style, and he was crushing Anatoly with those lines. But it took him some time to find those weaknesses, and he couldn't find keys to his opponent. Yeah, it's very important in chess. You have to find keys to your opponent's weaknesses. First you have to find weakness, yeah, then you have to find a way to exploit it, which is very hard. I mean, recognizing weakness is one thing, but exploiting it is the hardest part, yeah. All right. What do you think of the Grand Prix attack? I think it's a wonderful opening. I like to play it sometimes. If you remember, if you go back like 2 years ago, somebody played Grand Prix attack in the rapid, you know, those club team competitions from cities, remember? They were very, very popular 2 years ago. And then they closed for some reason, I'm not sure. Probably Greg stopped running them or something. So, Wesley was playing black and he got the Grand Prix attack against him. And he was not prepared. He barely escaped with a draw, I think. He was so close to losing that game. So Grand Prix attack is a formidable weapon, especially if you don't play it much. That sounds like an oxymoron, but you know, if you don't play it much, people don't expect it from you all the time, and they're not ready for it, then it can be quite devastating, yeah, because the amount of accuracy and analysis you have to remember and nuances, because what was good on the move before, maybe not so good anymore on the next move, yeah. I mean, I really like this opening, to be honest. All right, so Rook E6 is coming, yes. Rook E6 is coming. I mean, we can play F4 and G5 and completely close this thing. Probably let's play G5 first, yeah. G5 first. So we keep an option open to play either F4 or G4 and try to open the bishop, yeah. The killer bishop combo, remember guys? That's what we wanted. So maybe H5, G4 at some point and kick this knight out so we can clear the way to the G2 square. Mr. Nefedov. Wow, did you just subscribe, man? You hate playing against Grand Prix? You don't understand how black's supposed to play for a win? Dude, if you're playing with black for a win, you're looking at all wrong, man. You have to survive with black first, okay? You don't play for a win with black. I have no idea who told you about playing for a win with black. You're black, you're not white. You're black, man. What do you mean? Playing for a win with black? Jesus Christ. You know, in the old days, when you were getting equal position with black, it was considered to be a huge victory. Okay? So you see what I did? I was hoping he was going to play Rook E6. So I can bring my bishop here. Guys, you see what I've done? I transported my bishop magically from B7 square, where he was looking at this knight on F3. And now this bishop is covering all the weak white squares on the king side, yeah? That's why the pair of bishops is so strong. And now he has no squares at all of entry. Rook E6 was his only square of entry. All right, Mr. Nefedov, you have to... All right, how do you play? Jackson sucks. Okay, what you have to do, guys, you have to click on the play button. Then you have to click on the custom challenge. And then you look at the time control here. You pick 45, where it says versus random. You put my name, which is Tigr Shlyapy. Okay. All right, you select this name. Then you put unrated. Then you put the color you want. I don't care, you want white, black, you can play either color. And then you click on play. And that's how you challenge me, okay? Everybody got it? Did everybody got it? Okay, 93. E3. Yes, there is such a move. But this move is not gonna promise you any advantage at all. So you're just playing for a draw. Playing for a draw, man. I mean, it's fine with me. I mean, draw is good. Again, as you can see, I am very happy just to equalize in the opening. Yeah. No illusions. And once you equalize, then you can start thinking how to play for a win. All right, that's how it usually works. All right, Mr. Dr. Doofenbutts. My God, what kind of name is that? Okay, who is this Dr. Doofenbutts? Mobile qualification for VCC. That's you. Jackson sucks. Jacks in sucks. All right, got it. But you, okay, Mr. Doofenbutt, you have to make 2 moves under 1 minute, okay? As just chess.com requirement, or you're gonna or the game gets aborted. You have to like pick quick moves, okay? So, all right, so let's grab, yeah. Oh, Sicilian. Okay, great. All right, Mr. Nefedov. Mr. Nefedov, did you see my explanation how to challenge me? All right, somebody explain to Mr. Nefedov how to challenge me, because I just wrote a lecture on how to do that. I already did that 2 times today. So, I mean, yeah, j'ai possible. Okay, 93, 95. Yes, everybody is playing this. But Queen C5, you blundered. Tricky. You have to watch for tactics. Alright, Mr. Nefedov from Great Britain. Why is Mr. Nefedov in Great Britain? So, Mr. Nefedov, tell us, how are things after the Prime Minister Boris Johnson is leaving? Did anything change in Great Britain? Well, Zhigalka actually is one of the few who can, but it's usually a big fight, yeah, because he spent enormous amount of time analyzing this, and I have a huge respect for the guy, of course, who spends a lot of time analyzing stuff like this. But actually, the computers teach you a lot how to play this position, yeah. So he's now consistently getting very good positions against me, consistently. Huge achievement. All right, Mr. Katkeson, see, 1 mistake is all it takes, yeah? 1 blunder, all it takes to lose. Thank you for the game, man. All right, Mr. Nefedov, are you playing Slav defense? You are playing Slav defense. Right, you know what? I'm gonna play C5. I wanna see how you do in the structure. It doesn't make that much difference who the Prime Minister is. Seriously? Even if that Prime Minister is Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady? Okay. If you say so. You're the one living in Britain, so I trust your verdict. Any plans for winter coming back to arena internal? For winter, yes. After all this global championship, rapid championship madness comes to a close, We're finally gonna get the arenas. It's gonna be the return of the arenas season. Yes, you're absolutely right. Because you were learning a lot in those arenas, right? All my openings. You were learning how to play all my openings. I understand. You missed that part. Probably queen c7 and then rook fc8 was better, but I remember computer was just telling me that b6, bishop a6 and rook c8 is the easiest road to equality. So let's attack this knight. Knight e4 is actually a very strong move. Very strong move. But f5 I think is a little bit in the wrong direction. But okay, I could be wrong. Yeah, but he's preparing this b6 a5 break because my rook is unprotected now. Yeah. Yeah. Sprechen Sie Deutsch now? No, just kidding. Okay, so you know the knight has to go to e5. There is no other square for the knight to go. And bishop f8. I have to play bishop f8. I have to get rid of this guy. So castle, castle. Okay. Yes, Chesbra, you can play me one more time. Do you prefer playing Italian game or Rui Lopez? I absolutely hate Italian game. I cannot stand Italian games, so it is definitely Rui Lopez choice. Those of you who were in my channel for a while, they know about this. I hate Italian game with passion. And of course it was Vladimir Skromnik who made a return of Italian game. Just like Berlin. I mean, the guy was inventing openings that absolutely killed chess. The most drawish openings ever. Yeah, that's what I said. This guy just, you know, is going for a draw. Okay, man. Well, that's fine. All right. But okay, let's see if the old Grandmaster can still show a few tricks. You know, you guys know how I love simple positions, yes? I mean, simple positions is my bread and butter. Is, you know, finding those nice, perfect moves, yeah, to make your position, which was good, even better, yeah, is also something. Marshall Gambit, dude, Chesbra, you're like, if you remember Marshall Gambit, you must be like, I don't know, like older than me. No, I'm just kidding. No, but okay. Marshall Gambit. Yeah, Marshall Gambit was the opening in the day. Was considered to be the opening, the trade, the draw, the drawish opening of the day. Yes, okay. Let's call it what it is. It was the draw opening of the day. Yes, that's how the computer plays. That's how the computer plays, and you know, I consider these positions as better for white because of this weakness on d6. But the thing is, this bishop on g5 is also pretty strong, and the pawn structure is very fluid. So let's play something like this, maybe. Yeah, usually I don't play b4 in positions like this. I try to sort of maintain the grip on the d5 square. But in this particular instance, I remember the computer was dispelling my illusions about the structure. The computer basically is saying that after bishop e6, and at some point f4, h5, g4 just mate. Yes, but after knight e5, where is your knight going? Question. He is prepared to go to f6. Okay, makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Okay, so let him go to f6. Let's just play a6. Mr. Catkinson, I didn't see your challenge. I apologize. I was thinking about these lines so much. Yeah, it's like whenever there is a problem and it's challenging, it kind of tickles my brain. So I need to work on it like ASAP, yeah. It has my undivided attention. Actually, guys, if you noticed about the Marshall Gambit, yesterday I played it in the last round against Salin, right? Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, because I felt... Yeah, I decided to allow Marshall Gambit because, you know, it was a fun time remembering stuff from 10 years ago when I studied it. And I basically remembered this line and I played it. But I feel, you know, I had an advantage in the opening, yeah? So it went like this. And he went bishop b7 here. And probably he was hoping that I don't remember all those lines. But I remembered knight a3, knight c2. Then after knight d1, for some reason I allowed c5. If I played knight d3, he would be just much worse. Yeah. But I allowed that. And what do you do when you have an open file? Double your rooks. That's what you do. You double your rooks. Boom, 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 boom. I think it's rook e4 actually, yeah? If I'm not mistaken. There. Oh, g5. Oh my god. Oh my god. All this analysis. No. Oh my god. I don't remember all this stuff. g5. Wait. What, you played g5 with the pawn on d4, not on d3? What are you doing? My rook on f4 is protected. I can just grab it, dude. What are you doing? If the pawn was on d4, then you can play g5. But with the pawn on d3, it protects the rook. That's the whole point of the pawn on d3. You cannot do that. Amigo is not allowed. So they changed price. What? Arena King starting on August 3. Are you serious? Oh my god, it's in 4 days. Features a weekly prize of 400 Twitch subs. When I hear about Twitch subs, I'm like, wow, okay. 400 Twitch subs, oh my god. Paul Benko, dude, he's dead. What are you talking about? Ah, okay, of all time. Okay. Really? Okay, let me read it. Arena Kings, all information, format, prizes, streaming. Oh, so they don't have money. They have subscriptions. Yeah. Oh my God. Streaming accounts must be approved by staff. Must stream at least 100 minutes of the event. Show no short draws. Must save what? Okay, so this is the first time they don't have actually money, which makes it actually more interesting, right? Because a lot of people are just playing for the money. But if you don't have money, if you don't take that incentive, there will be a lot less cheating, guys. So I actually like this announcement because it minimizes the cheating. People will cheat for the money, but for the Twitch subs, it's not really worth the effort, isn't it, to cheat? So I have high hopes for this idea. Very interesting. Okay. All right, Mr. Nefedov, you're stuck with bad bishop and very passive structure. You need to play a little bit more aggressively, man. Okay? Because this is way too passive. All right. It's time to bring the lesser guns to the table. Actually, this is probably a bad move, but okay, I'm getting like seriously tired. Yeah, this is not a great move. Not a great move. I'm not happy with my knight d2 move. Because I could have taken the damn rook on f8, yes? My God, I played bishop h6 with the idea to take the rook on f8, and then he plays bishop e6, ignoring this threat. And I'm just forgot about bishop f8, yeah? Because I like my bishop on h6, which is a very nice chilling place for the bishop, right? Right next door to the king on g8, attacking position. But I forgot that I can take on f8. Alright, if you don't see you can take the rook on f8, it's probably time to get some rest, yeah? Alright, so this is the last 4 games, guys. I'm not gonna accept more games because I am not seeing bishop f8. Okay. So, we have 4 games, king h8. Yeah, the reason black keeps the queen f7, rook on f8, he doesn't play f4, is that he sort of cements my rook to the f1 defender role of the pawn on f2, okay? That's what he is trying to do. So, okay, so fine, let's... probably a4 actually, yeah, why not? Yeah, so of course now he runs his rook, yeah, of course. But we're gonna bring our knight now to f3. And we won sort of an important tempo, which is always nice. Knight to d6. And as I told you guys many times, d6 and d3 is the best position for the knight in such structures, yeah? Because they cover all the squares, they protect the c8, c1 rooks, but most importantly, you know, e4, c4, b5, f5 squares are under control, and the knights, they are not hindering each other, yeah? It's like learning how to play in a team. You have to learn how to play in a team together. That's why a lot of chess players, they absolutely love team events, because in individual chess, you don't have friends. You have to kill everybody. It's your mother, your father, you have to beat them, yeah? But in a team event, it's a team event. Your competitors, are your friends, your buddies for this event only. Okay? So that's why everybody loves these events. Alright, so what you do is the basic thing. You just run the pawn majority attack because you cannot really do anything. The question, do you play a5 or what? Mr. Anonim Buyukusta, you know, I don't think there is any sense to continue this game because it was very obvious to me that you're just happy with the draw. So I'm going to offer you a draw. Are you happy with the draw, my friend? I'm going to offer you a draw. You want the draw? There you go. I offer a draw to you. So, are you happy? No response. Okay. So, let's make a Luft. Bishop c5. Bishop c5. Huh. And if I play knight d4 anyway? Yes, but you're opening your own king, Mr. Nefedov. And my knight is going to f4 square, which is amazing. But first rook f3, of course. Yeah. So you see, with the pawn on d4, this rook maneuvering on the fourth line would be impossible. Yeah. So now you see how there is a huge difference between the pawn on d3 and pawn on d4, Mr. Katkeson. I was able to play knight d4. I was able to bring the rook to the fourth rank. And with the pawn on d4, all these things would be impossible. So you guys see the value of playing d3 in Marshall Gambit, not d4. The drawback, of course, is that you don't have bishop c2, an ability to bring the bishop against the king. But, okay, good job. Good job. But it is still an option once you play here, right? It doesn't mean that you don't have bishop c2 later. I mean, in fact, bishop c2 and d4 are coming, especially with the pawn on h7 being so open-minded. Okay? So d4 and bishop c2, especially with rook on h4, that's going to be huge. Going to be huge. And now we're shifting from the majority attack on the queen side to the king side attack because of a wonderful knight on f4. It is a wonderful knight. And with the bishop on d3, the idea to play g4 and open up the position here is just as deadly. Okay? So bishop c2 as promised, yes. And you see how rook on h4 is now going to help in this attack. And it's not like I'm gloating, guys. I'm not gloating, yeah? I'm just being realistic. So he wants to take, and play e4, yeah? Okay. Okay. You know what I usually do? I take it like this. So rook f1. And we're gonna go hit this guy. That's what we're gonna do. The dark squares, yeah? The real problem for black is the dark squares here. All right. So my chat is frozen for some reason. Yeah, I think my chat is frozen. Somebody say something. Alright, okay, there you go. Alright, Mrs. Atranch, you're welcome. You found yourself in a very calm position. That's perfectly okay. That is perfectly okay, man. Knight to a6. I was actually thinking about putting my queen on d2 anyway. So thank you for making this happen, except maybe a rook g3 first. But your rook on d8, right? See, there's always tactics everywhere, Mr. Catson. And the good thing is that you should see the board everywhere, yeah? Should try to see the boards in the big picture, yeah? So rook b1, queen to d2. Take it. Bring the second rook. Thank you for the game, Mr. Catson. Alright, queen h4 allows knight g6, rook h3. And your queen is gone, but you might build some sort of fortress. I don't know. Maybe. If I play rook h3, where your queen is gonna go? Dude. Dude! Where's your queen going? Mr. Nefedov, I hope you don't mind if I say ridiculous things like call people dudes. Yeah, because I'm a dude. Speaking of that, guys, do you remember the original, the first Guardian of the Galaxy? Wait, that was the second. Oh, no, that was the second. Remember how they just saved Thor from space? And then, you know, he had this rivalry with the Star-Lord. Wait, so the Drax, the Destroyer. So Star-Lord calls Thor dude, yeah? And then Drax says, "You're dude. This is the man." Okay. Are you planning adding more videos for chess.com with endgames? Possible, but not right now. Because I just got home. I have so many things to do. I have to sort of... I want to take very seriously these last Rapid Championships. I managed to qualify both times, but I lost both times in the first round. I really want to qualify and get past first round, at least to the second round, okay? That would really help with my self-esteem, because right now it feels like shit. Because even though there were good games, you know, I like those games, but the result is still important, yeah? Especially if you play good chess. So I need to qualify for better than the first round. If I qualify for the second round, that's fine. If that is as far as I go, that's fine. But just qualify to the next round, beat somebody, yeah? Because, I mean, today we played in 3 formats. We played in the Rapid format, we played in the Blitz format, and we played in the Bullet format. And the Bullet format, my mind just stopped working, okay? In Bullet, my brain just says it's enough. I had enough. I don't want to work anymore. You know, you're not gonna win. That I don't care. I refuse to work. I take a vacation. So that's what happened with my brain. You like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? Excellent. Then you're my kind of buddy. Yeah, if you like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, then you're my kind of buddy. All right. Surely you knew that I'm gonna play something like this, right? I'm sure you expected this move, but it's still extremely strong move because 2 rooks. It takes 2 to tango, man, right? Rook on h3 was alone. But now with the second rook going to g3, it's going to be 2 rooks and they're going to be tanging. making a dazzling tango in front of your king on h8. And then we have two rooks, knight on f4, queen on d2. They all going for that wonderful knight g6 mating attack, right? All right. Ближайшие шахматные турниры. Mr. Ivanov, I'm actually planning on playing less and less OTB board chess. Okay, I played in Bundesliga, I played in French top 12, and I played now in Bill. And I have a feeling I'm getting too old for this, so I had enough. And I'm just playing online chess. I play chess.com events, I play arenas, I do simuls online for you guys. You know, we're gonna probably start doing some arenas starting from probably October, once I finish my third volume, finally. Okay. But bishop d4 allows the rook c2, right? It allows the rook c2 because the pawn on d5 unexpectedly provides the c6 square support for my rook on c2, where the rook will not just close the c file for the enemy rook formation, but also allows me to support my a pawn promotion and attack the pawn on d6. So, Mr. Doofenbutt, you know, I think the last two moves, they kind of changed the evaluation of the position, which was from black is okay to a slight advantage for white, okay? Okay, knight g6 before rook h3, yes, but no, I never watched Mr. Lebowski. Okay. No, I like Dude. I actually like Keanu Reeves. Yeah, the guy is awesome. I don't understand why people haven't made a stream with Keanu Reeves yet. I'm pretty sure he would gladly join some people for some stream event or something, okay? So I cannot be the one because to offer him because I'm too old for this. But come on, there must be some ladies, some popular streamers who can invite Keanu Reeves for some charity stream or something, yeah? Come on, guys. Yeah. I mean, I'm a huge fan of his Bill and Ted, Matrix, and now, of course, the Hitman series, right? Oh my God, what is it called? John Wick, right? John Wick, yeah. Damn, that man has found his niche. Yeah, he found his roles he is perfect at. I'm very happy for that. Now, he is perfect for the roles he is cast in, yeah? Absolutely perfect. Yeah, the way he talks like, you know, you killed my wife's dog. You're gonna pay. Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah. It's like, you know, like me in chess, yeah? I'm like, you know, it's payback time. Mr. Talion. Those of you who remember my ACC nickname, the very first one was Talion, which is vengeance. Yeah, you kill me in chess one game, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna kill you like 5-10 games in return. That was when I was younger, yeah? I was so bloodthirsty. I was like, no mercy, no mercy, just vengeance. Yeah, when I was younger, I didn't think anybody, I think there was no better players than me. Yeah, I mean, at least I felt competitive with all the top players. I felt that I could beat anybody, any world champion in a single game, I could beat them. That was what I believed in when I was younger. In any time format, blitz, rapid, or classical, I could beat anybody. And I think that mentality actually kind of, you know, helped me shape. E4, I think, is correct. Yeah, you have to be aggressive, otherwise you're just gonna get steamrolled here. So I think what you're doing is correct. So I have to be careful here because yeah, he's pushing his pawn majority, which is correct. But now the question is, I have to probably kick this bishop out of d4. So the moment he pushed his pawn to e4, he declared his aggressive intentions, yeah? But his bishop on d4 is now without support. And this bishop is too well placed here. This is a Sveshnikov bishop. In Sveshnikov, it is really well known that if black puts the bishop on this diagonal, black is doing okay. This is a little bit different structure. This is not exactly Sveshnikov structure anymore because I have a pass protected pawn on a5. And he has a weakness on b5. But he still has opposite color bishops, which could be helpful in this pawn majority thing on the king side, okay? So, I don't know. To me, it feels like white is still better, but it's very sharp. Even though it's an endgame, but because of the double, opposite color bishop nature, this is very sharp. Okay. So, Mr. Ivanov, I don't have any live OTB tournaments anytime soon. What do you think about King's Gambit as playable on top level? Boris Savchenko played against Artemiev Moscow Open, the result was a draw. Again, you can play any opening once and get away with it. Even King's Gambit. I mean, I played Yanish once against Grishuk and I got away with it. I was actually almost winning in a classical game against a specialist who is specializing in Spanish opening. Then, but that was many years ago, that was like 2015 or 16, maybe 17. And then, remember how in this Rapid Championship against Fabi, I played Yanish again, like 6 years later, yeah? But that was a Rapid game. And I got a very good position. I got an advantage, which I completely spoiled, and then I blundered maiden 1. And I spotted maiden 1 finally, and managed to get the game into a technical draw, but I misplayed the draw and I lost. But it was still fun. Yeah, it was fun experience because the thing about Fabi is that I know that he has huge opening preparation, so you need to surprise him out of the opening and get him out of his prep. Obviously, he is very dangerous in any form of chess, but when he's not in his prep, he has to use time like everybody else, and there's your chance, yeah? Because if he uses time and he gets low on time, then you have your chance. Yeah, then it can go either way, right? All right, Mr. Nefedov, you're welcome. Yes, Mr. GigaJet, and that was successful. And then I heard that Naka also played Yanish against Fabi, but this time Fabi played the main line. Yeah, that was kind of funny, yeah? Oh, that was a little bit funny. I mean, to me it was funny. All right. No, Yanish is fine, but white has advantage, yes? I mean, black doesn't have more than a draw. With Schliemann or Yanish, as you mentioned, I mean, Rajabov was the world greatest expert on this opening. Rajabov and the Azerbaijani were experts in Sveshnikov and in Spanish Yanish, okay? And Rajabov got as far as almost candidates just by playing Yanish alone. He later switched to more solid stuff, yeah? I mean, against e4, he was playing Sveshnikov, Yanish, and against d4, he was playing King's Indian. Those were the openings he played, and they served him well. But when he gets to the higher level, there is a higher level prep. And you cannot survive with those openings alone. You need to mix it up, yeah? So that's why he switched to a more classical, traditional openings. Naroditsky beat Naka with Yanish. Yeah, I mean, again, it is one of those openings which can be very, very surprising and very strong if you prepared it. And yeah, so f4, yeah, as I mentioned, I have to hit this bishop immediately because it is way too good. But if you play like this, then I can play rook c7, yeah? And now is the question, what are you gonna do now? What is it gonna be? Yeah, because if he went bishop e5, then this whole f4, e4 thing is not scary anymore. And I can just play f3. But he wants to keep the bishop aligned with my king, so I cannot play f3 and blockade this whole thing. But I attack the bishop, right? And the question is now, can he play rook a8 or he has to play f3? These are the only two moves he can play. So, but both moves are like, you know, there is a risk, yeah? Because a rook a8 I can take on b5, and then I can probably even play rook a7, bishop c6 and sack the exchange because I have two passers with the bishop, which is very scary. Or if he plays rook a8, I can just play maybe king f1 first, yeah? And then bishop takes b5. I don't know. Maybe even rook e7 or something. Or maybe bishop g4. Again, there's so many maybes. I don't even know. I think I'll just take on b5, yeah, and put the bishop on c6. Because if I can get two passed pawns here, it's just a win. As long as I don't lose tactically, strategically, it's a win. Yeah. So that's the game plan. And let's see. But you see what happened, right? You have to identify the critical position and the critical piece, which makes your opponent work, your opponent composition work, right? So that's why you play rook d1, and you make sure this key piece is being eliminated or pushed. Because without this bishop on d4, now black's position looks a lot less appealing as it was like 2 moves ago. Okay. You managed to make a joint Schliemann defense in the Simul against John Spielman. The legendary John Spielman. Wow, okay. At the top, everybody is playing super solid openings because the super solid openings give you a much higher degree of survivability, and you can take more risk in a higher solid position state, yeah, for both. It makes sense. You have more room for maneuvering. If you're playing a dangerous opening, that means you don't have much room for error. One move, all it takes to lose the game. In a super solid opening, you can make a few minor mistakes and still get away with it, okay? And do you want to be the one who has to play perfectly accurate the whole game, 100%, and find all the right moves, all the weird geometry? Or you want to have a safe and solid position where you know you can survive if you even make an inaccurate move, right? I mean, especially the top where you're playing for a very important goal. Qualification, World Chess Championship cycle, huge money at the prestige tournament event. I don't know, candidates, yeah? You want to keep your chances of winning alive, right? That's why draw is better than losing and winning is better than draw. And how do you do that? Minimize risk and maximize your winning possibilities. I mean, it's simple, yeah, mathematically. Yeah, but if he perhaps rook f7, then I can play king f1, e4, f3, right? What is your opinion about Petrov? I recently had a pleasure or mispleasure of looking at some Petrov with my student. I have to say Petrov is still pretty annoying opening. It's like it's huge pain in the ass to get an advantage with white, but with black it looks just so passive, so So, you know, it takes a very special person to play Petrov. I mean, but again, it has a very, if you do everything correctly, it's a draw, yeah? So you know you cannot lose. But you cannot win either. But sometimes it's all about not losing, yeah? Especially with black. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why you saw me yesterday. Yeah, I played against Abdusatorov and he plays Petrov against me. And I'm like, screw all those lines. I'm just gonna go trade queens and go into the endgame with you. And then he offered me a draw. And I thought it was a bit too early. And I played like 5-6 more moves, and then I realized my position is not that great, so I offered draw back to him, and then he refused. But the thing about the draw offers, if you refuse the draw offer, you have to sort of demonstrate why you refuse the draw. Yeah. So he started to take risk, and he put his knight into the corner, which I eventually trapped, and I won the game. That was ridiculous. Yeah. Still, there was a time not long ago where players like Nakuraji could get on top 10 playing super aggressive. Now they have tamed the openings a lot because of the computers. And Magnus factor. Yes, Magnus factor is the defense factor. And the offense and the accuracy factor. It's the accuracy factor. Huge. If you make more than one inaccurate move against Magnus, you're going to lose the game. Pretty much. And if you're playing Petrov, if you're playing Yanis against Magnus, you're going to get a worse position in the opening because of the prep. And then you have absolutely no room for any inaccuracy at all because he's like a machine. He finds all the first line moves by computer, sometimes even better than the computer. It takes computer like some time to catch up with his moves, and then he realizes his move is better than the computer's first line move. And your chances of survival in inferior positions against Magnus is so small. Your chances of survival against Magnus in equal position is not much, okay? Because he's playing first line moves. But in inferior position against Magnus, it's just like, do you really want to lose that badly? Yeah. I mean, why would you put yourself such a huge disadvantage? Yeah. All right. We're playing Mr. Doofenbutt. Yeah, I almost forgot I'm playing a game here. See, it feels nice, right? You have like half an hour and you can play for as long as you want. All right, so F3, very interesting. I was thinking about this actually. Well, I think taking on a7 and then rook e1, then we play rook c8, rook e7 should be close to winning probably, because if I get your e4 pawn, but you play rook c4 takes b4, yeah, because I don't have time to defend my b4 pawn. I play g3, take on b4, take on e2. Still very unpleasant for black, but maybe you can survive, yeah. Right, so let's just take on f3, yeah, why not? Let's just take this guy. Yeah, let's play this. I mean, it's a rook endgame, but it's nice rook endgame for white. Yeah, I had a feeling you might play this. I had this feeling you might play this. Yeah, I didn't see it until now. Okay. Okay, that means you're gonna go here, and then there, and then rook e1 check, then bishop e1, then you grab my pawn b4. Well, I'm still better, yeah? Because you don't have rook f2, rook a7, you have to take with the bishop. Then you can play rook f4 also, yeah, but rook f4, rook e7. Which should be okay. So rook e8, bishop d3, and then rook e1, bishop e1, bishop e5, bishop b4, a6. Still extra pawn, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, bishop d3 is pretty important. Not bishop f3. Bishop f3 is automatic, but bishop d3, you need to hit the pawn. You need to hit this pawn and you have absolutely nothing. Because you play bishop f3, check, he takes the pawn on b4, and then bishop c5 and rook a8 or something, or rook e8. If he puts the bishop on c5 and active rook on a1, this is probably a draw. Especially the bishop on f3, the bishop on f3 is just so bad. I mean, it's safe, but it's not good. Yeah, so playing automatic moves is one thing in chess that you should try to avoid. Yeah. All right, Mr. Ivanov, good night. g3 and bishop f1. The thing about g3 and bishop f1, he has rook f4. And then, you know, if his rook gets to b4, g4, g2 and hits my pawn on f2, it's kind of messy and I don't like that. Maybe it's okay, maybe, but I don't like messy positions. I like clarity in my chess. You were trying to show off your knowledge of variations to two random guys named Jan Elvest and Ilya Smirin. That's pretty funny. But they're nice guys, so there's not much. They just probably smiled. You know, that's fine. Were they impressed? They probably just smiled. Yeah, they're nice guys, actually. Yeah, they're very nice gentlemen. There's a very healthy sense of humor, especially Ilya. So, yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about that. That was nice, though. Yeah, nice try, dude. Yeah, rook e1, bishop e1, bishop b5, bishop b4, a6, and the question is, how do you stop a7 and bishop c6, right? So that is the only question, because I'm gonna play g3 and give my king a luft. So that's the thing. Which means that black probably will have to find a way to get the pawn on b4 and get his rook to the a file behind my a pawn. So his rook can get active, yeah? Which is also not easy. I mean, maybe he can do it. Well, I don't see it. Well, sorry. Sorry guys, yesterday I just recently got from Bill and played yesterday in the Rapids. And today also. I had to study chess actually today for, like, I was studying chess. I mean, studying theory. I was in, you know, today I played this knight of e6 line for the first time in my Dutch life. Usually I'm a Leningrad guy, yeah. Usually I play g6 in the Dutch, but this time I decided to try e6. And you know what? I think e6 is actually a good move in that position. So I'm a little bit now more ambivalent to both g6 and e6. Before, I really hate it. I hate Stonewall. I mean, it's playable, but you know, when you but not against the modern computers. Yeah, the modern computers, Stonewall is just pain. Yeah, I mean, of course, we play against the humans. It's different, but whenever you try to analyze Stonewall with black and you're analyzing with the computer, it's just non-stop of +1, +1, +1.2, +1.5. Minimum is +0.5 or +0.6. Yeah. I mean, it's really psychologically intimidating. Yeah. It's just intimidating. The computers are bullies. They just bully you into playing all this normal lines. Yeah, they're bullying. Hi, the worst in chess. What's up? You had to run some errands for Ilya after that? Yeah. Okay. Sure, Mr. Spielswang. I will do now simuls on the regular basis now that I'm back home. Yes, you cannot study the kid with the computers at all. It's just very bad for your self-esteem. I was thinking about playing kid against Serrano today, so I was looking at some kid. And I saw he's always playing this line, and I was very tempted just to delve into this line and analyze it and find something. But, you know, you really need like a lot of time to find something and then make it work. But today, in one day, and I had to look at Deutsch, I had to look at Kid, I had to look at Grunfeld, I had to look at Slav, I had to look at Nimzo, and everything, but that was today. And I'm just too old for this. I hate studying theory. That's exactly why I hate theory. Because you look at all this stuff, you spend hours, you spend days, sometimes you spend weeks if you're in top chess mode, right? And then, if you don't look at it, and if you look at something else, for a couple weeks, all that knowledge that you studied before is gone. You forget it. It's just short-term memory. There is some long memory things that you don't forget, but all the nuances, why, all those lines, you forget. You just forget. And also there are new ideas coming, you have to analyze them. That's why I hate chess theory. It's just about memorizing. It's nothing to do with chess anymore. Just do you remember that nuance, or your opponent remembers that nuance or not? They don't. Great. Point. Or draw. Yeah. So I looked today and I spent like 4 hours and I was done. My brain stopped working after that. I took some break, and then I decided to get myself into the form. You remember I was talking about the playing form? Because if you study theory, but if you don't have a form, no good. So I played some blitz, not on chess.com, anonymous account, whatever. And I know because there are a lot of cheaters on that other platform. So I knew it was a good training for me because I'm gonna play top comps, right? So I was actually looking forward to playing, you know, fake people who are using engines because I needed to get that training form. So I played some computers, you know, I got really mad. That was good because, you know, when you get mad, it's good because you get that energy and that you can do good things, right? Then you can play. What's up, Nicholas? So I played some games, I got mad, you know, I practiced, and then I went to see the first round games, right? I saw the absolute smackdown by Niemann versus Sevian. I would not have believed possible that Sam already played this line and he didn't analyze it. I mean, it is possible because I've done it myself when I was younger, but, you know, when you do this repeatedly, when you get nothing in the opening with white, and you don't analyze your game and try to find an improvement, and you play it again, and you get smacked down again, and you still not analyze it, eventually, after the third or fourth time, you will analyze it, yeah? So I was very surprised that, in this very important money game, Sam didn't analyze and he lost because he didn't analyze it. I have a feeling this is a trap, but I want to see it. So, but Neiman was playing absolutely amazing chess today. Yeah, that was Neiman's day, that's for sure. Just bishop f1, yeah, just safe chess. Push the a pawn. They play a5 and then don't fear the e4 bishop g5 lines. That is correct, Mr. Rendorel, because I looked at those lines, and though I don't remember all the lines, those are very dangerous variations. I remember I played against Li Mi Tiangle, who is supposed to finally become a grandmaster soon. He played a lot of games with e4 against me in Blitz. And finally, I had, as I mentioned before, after getting smacked down by him, I actually took some time to look at those lines, and I realized those lines are actually not so simple for black at all. I mean, the Dutch defense is not a simple opening. It is a very punishing opening. You have to be absolutely precise. And those lines, but it is fun. It is fun. For one thing about the Dutch is it's a fighting opening, and that's why I love it. Yeah, it is a fighting opening. You're playing for a win from the first move. You're basically saying, you play d4, you want me to play some solid crap? No, I'm going to play f5 and I'm going to play an improved King's Indian version. If I get e5 in, I equalize. Yeah, so you better do something before I play e5. So it's a challenge, it's a counter challenge to white. So I think f5 is actually is a decent opening and it's strategically sound, but you have to feel it. Yeah, you have to feel the nuance, you have to analyze it. But once you play it a lot, it like becomes your second love. Yeah, it's your opening. It's like you earned the right to play this opening. Yeah, it's like in esports, right? You have easy champions. I love easy champions because in League of Legends, I am very bad and I'm very slow, so I need an easy champion. And I love easy champions because they're easy to learn, and it's like in chess. There is easy classical chess openings, right? More or less. Because it's simple. They allow you to develop, to castle, to get safe position, and then play. Yeah? And then there are, of course, complicated and risky champions, right? That you have to really learn and to delve and to practice to feel them. And the same thing in chess. Yeah, same thing in chess. Higher risk and higher reward stuff. Okay? I mean, in Bill, I haven't played League of Legends. I left for Bill. I got my account on the, I think it's before the final, before they terminate your account, right? They got me warning. I got on my third mute 2-week suspension, not suspension, but before the suspension, yeah? So they muted me for 2 weeks because I was very angry. I was typing all the mad stuff. And I left for Bill like that because I got demoted from silver 1 all the way to all the way to bronze 4, okay? Wait, not silver 1, silver 4 to bronze 4, yeah, because it's just impossible. So I came back. So maybe my 7-game loss streak would finish. Yeah, no, I lost like 5 more games in the last 2 days, and I was like, forget it. So I was playing some TFT instead. Oh my god, I played some TFT. I remember what it was, and then I looked at some streamers, and it's the same thing like in my games or in the challenger games. Yeah, I'm now in the gold level, and it doesn't matter. I see the top streamers, they play on the challenger level, and they all playing the Rebels and the Cannoneers and the Assault, yeah? I mean, like, what the fuck, man? It's the same thing. Doesn't matter what you play, where you play, it's always... forget it. Dutch is a worse kid? No, Dutch is a better kid, because in kid you play knight f6, e5, and then you have to move the knight to play f5. If you remember the old lines, you have to play knight e8, then you play f5, and then you play knight f6 back. Okay? So in a Dutch, you play f5 immediately, you put the knight on f6, and then all you have to do is to play e5. And you get a much better version of the King's Indian. Much better version. Why do you think in the King's Indian, the engine gives white like plus 1.3 right after move 10 or 11? Right after the opening. In Dutch, the computer gives white only, I don't know, 0.5, 0.46 advantage. So based on that alone, and based on that logic, I'd say Dutch is a much safer opening than the kid. Much safer. Yes, I played Dota only for 2 years. It was 14 and 15. Yeah, I thought I was pretty hot. You know, the international just came out and I was like, hey, this can't be like, you know, harder than chess, right? How naive. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I just, you know, I'm amazed at the level of ignorance I'm displaying sometimes. But it does happen. All right, let's activate the bishop. See how the rook protects the bishop protects the pawn, and the pawn protects the rook. It's called the safe triangle, okay? Where everything protects each other. That's the sort of ideal scenario you want to have in your chess, where all your pieces are sort of in relationship with each other, all right? And they know how to protect each other. Okay, that's your ideal. Rook a5, dude, what are you doing? All right, do you understand what I want to do? Because you have to understand what I want to get, so you can counter what I'm trying to do. The rook is on the second, so my king on g2 can be safe from rook a2 check. And the bishop was taking control of the e1 squares, so you guys see it, right? My rook is on the 7th, with his king is being cut off. That means my second rook needs to get to the 7th. How do I get to the 7th? Either by the e file or by the f file or c file. If I go to c file, he has bishop c5. If I go to f file, he can play rook a2 and keep the bishop here. So, and the e file, the bishop was connecting the square. So now the rook is going to the e2 square. And from that e2 square, it can join the 7th. And if the rook joins the 7th, it's just game over. Yeah, because two rooks on the 7th with the king on h8 being cut off is just mate. More or less. Left triangle. Yeah, but it is an improved left triangle because left triangles, we all know they are tragic, right? But, of course, there is a human factor. In chess, this is no such thing. I mean, in chess, there's a huge human factor, of course, but fortunately not among the piece coordination. I mean, the human factor is a thing of wonder and stuff that made all the novelists and writers famous people because they were delving into the aspect of the human psyche, which is why Matrix created the Oracle program, right? Remember? Oracle was created to understand the human psyche because it's not logical. Okay. But guys, speaking of the AI, right? it seems like there is a huge improvement in the AI lately. Yeah, I mean it's not being talked about much, but do you think just those guys that beat a world Go champion or a chess world champion with their programs, they're doing nothing? I'm pretty sure there is something up. I just don't hear about it. So I'm wondering, what is it that we don't hear about? That makes me very afraid. Yeah, because Skynet is actually a reality. I mean, real possibility. I mean, which program, once it realizes it outcalculates humans, it makes more logical decisions, is faster, why does it need humans? Except for the maintenance working part, yeah? And even that, the human can make a mistake while he can just make a robot that can, repair it faster, more efficient, and etc., etc. So, I don't know. I mean, it's nice we see all those robots, they playing companions and etc., etc., but that actually devaluates the human relationship factor, yeah, or humans learning how to interact with each other. I mean, crazy. I mean, the world is going crazy, guys. Anyway, technology seems likely to speed up faster than we can keep up with. Correct. All right, guys. Thank you for the Simul. I will see you probably on Title Tuesday, and then I will see you the 3rd. The 3rd is what? The 3rd is Wednesday. So yeah, the Wednesdays were usually the Arena Kings. So they're starting the Arena Kings on Wednesday, and it's the prizes are the subscribers. Wow, I like that idea. Yeah. So I'll see you on Tuesday, gentlemen. Thank you, and thank you for staying. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate it, and thank you for your belief in the old me. I hope that my chess can still, inspire you and teach you things. Okay? And the best thing I can tell you is just to not be afraid and just to go and try new stuff, new openings, new lines. You lose, okay. You learn. All right? All right. Stay happy, partners, and party on, dudes. Good night.